Welcome to Vintage Homey, where cozy vibes meet timeless charm. As winter approaches, it's time to transform your home into a warm, nostalgic haven with cottagecore and grandmacore-inspired decor. In this video, we're sharing 12 delightful ideas to bring that rustic, heartfelt warmth to your space. From soft textiles to vintage treasures, each concept blends comfort and nostalgia, perfect for creating a snug winter retreat. Whether you're sipping hot cocoa by the fire or curling up with a good book, these ideas will make your home feel like a cozy embrace. Let's dive into these heartwarming decor tips to get your space winter ready. Create a cozy quilted corner by draping hand-stitched quilts over a plush armchair in soft creams, muted greens, or dusty pinks. Add a small wooden side table with a chip paint finish, holding a steaming teapot and vintage teacups. Incorporate a woven basket filled with woolen blankets for extra warmth. The look is inviting, with faded floral patterns and worn textures that feel like a hug from Grandma's house. Dim lighting from a brass table lamp casts a golden glow, enhancing the nostalgic charm. This setup evokes memories of quiet winter evenings, where every stitch tells a story. Place a small evergreen sprig in a mason jar for a subtle seasonal touch. It's a perfect nook for reading or knitting, radiating warmth and comfort throughout the chilly season. Transform your fireplace into a Grandmacore masterpiece with a rustic wooden mantel adorned with mismatched candlesticks in brass and iron. Drape a garland of dried oranges, pinecones, and cinnamon sticks for a natural, earthy scent. Stack vintage books and a small ceramic jug beside the hearth for a lived-in feel. The flickering firelight dances across the rough textures, creating a warm, inviting focal point. Add a chunky knit throw in oatmeal or sage over a nearby rocking chair. This setup feels like a countryside cottage, where stories are shared by the fire. The mix of natural elements and vintage finds brings a timeless, soul-soothing ambience, perfect for winter evenings spent unwinding in cozy solitude. Craft a vintage window nook with lace curtains and soft ivory, letting diffused winter light filter through intricate patterns. Place a cushioned bench beneath, layered with tartan and floral pillows in muted reds and greens. Add a small wooden crate as a table, topped with a chipped teacup holding dried lavender. The look is delicate yet lived in, with textures that feel soft and worn. A knitted blanket and warm beige drapes over the bench, inviting you to curl up with tea. The nook feels like a quiet retreat from a frosty day, evoking memories of simpler times. Add a tiny glass vase with holly sprigs for a festive touch. This serene corner is perfect for daydreaming or journaling, wrapped in nostalgic charm. Create a winter herb display on a kitchen counter using vintage mason jars filled with dried rosemary, thyme, and sage. Arrange them on a distressed wooden tray alongside a ceramic pitcher and a stack of linen napkins in earthy tones. The herb's muted greens contrast beautifully with the tray's weathered wood, evoking a rustic apothecary vibe. Add a small chalkboard sign with handwritten herb names for a personal touch. The setup feels practical yet charming, like a grandmother's kitchen filled with homegrown treasures. A faint herbal scent lingers, grounding the space in cozy simplicity. Incorporate a few pine sprigs for a wintry feel. This display not only looks inviting but also inspires hearty winter cooking, bringing warmth and nostalgia to your culinary space. Adorn your dining table with a hand-knitted table runner in soft wool, featuring cable knit patterns in ivory or charcoal. Pair it with vintage china plates and tarnished silver candlesticks holding cream taper candles. Add small glass jars with dried rosehips and eucalyptus for subtle color. The runner's texture feels warm and handmade, evoking memories of family gatherings in a cozy cottage. The soft glow of candlelight highlights the intricate stitches, creating an intimate, nostalgic atmosphere. Place a woven bread basket nearby to enhance the rustic charm. This setup transforms your dining area into a heartwarming space for winter meals, where every detail feels like a nod to simpler, slower times filled with love and connection. Incorporate antique lanterns into your decor by placing them on a sideboard or porch step. Choose lanterns with chipped paint or rusted metal, filled with battery-powered fairy lights for a soft, twinkling glow. Surround them with pinecones and faux snow-dusted greenery for a wintry touch. The lantern's weathered surfaces and warm light create a magical, old-world ambience, like stumbling upon a forgotten cottage in the woods. Add a plaid scarf loosely draped nearby for extra coziness. This setup feels both rustic and enchanting, perfect for illuminating dark winter evenings. The interplay of light and texture evokes a sense of timeless wonder, making your space feel like a cozy, nostalgic retreat. Create a patchwork pillow pile on a sofa or daybed using cushions made from vintage fabric scraps in florals, plaids, and soft pastels. Mix textures like chenille and cotton for a tactile, lived-in feel. The mismatched patterns evoke a grandmother's sewing basket, filled with love and history. Add a chunky knit throw-in muted taupe for extra warmth. The pile looks inviting, begging you to sink in with a hot drink. Place a small wooden stool nearby with a vintage book and a ceramic mug for a cozy vignette. This setup transforms your living space into a warm, nostalgic haven, perfect for winter afternoons spent relaxing or reminiscing. Hang a dried flower wreath on your front door or above a mantel, crafted from lavender, baby's breath, and wheat stalks. Tie it with a burlap ribbon for a rustic touch. The muted purples, creams, and golds of the flowers create a soft, weathered look, evoking a countryside aesthetic. The wreath feels delicate yet hearty, like a keepsake from a grandparent's garden. Add a small brass bell for a gentle chime in the winter breeze. The texture and faded colors bring a nostalgic warmth to your space, making it feel like a cozy cottage retreat. This wreath is a charming welcome to winter, blending simplicity and heartfelt beauty. Use a stack of vintage suitcases as a side table, their worn leather and brass clasps adding Grandmacore charm. Top with a crocheted doily, a small oil lamp, and a cluster of dried hydrangeas in a chipped vase. The suitcase's scuffed surfaces tell stories of past travels, creating a nostalgic, lived-in vibe. Add a folded quilt nearby for extra texture. The setup feels like a cozy corner in a countryside attic, inviting reflection and warmth. Place a tiny pine branch for a wintry accent. This display blends functionality with charm, transforming your space into a haven of memories, perfect for curling up on chilly winter evenings. Swap heavy drapes for embroidered linen curtains in soft white or sage, featuring delicate floral or vine patterns. The light fabric lets winter sunlight filter through, casting gentle shadows of the embroidery. Pair with a wooden curtain rod and burlap tiebacks for rustic charm. The curtains feel airy yet warm, evoking a grandmother's hand-stitched linens. Add a small bench below with a plaid cushion for a cozy reading spot. The look is timeless, blending simplicity and nostalgia, perfect for a cottagecore winter home. This setup creates a serene, inviting atmosphere, where every detail feels like a cherished heirloom. Craft mason jar snow globes by filling vintage jars with faux snow, tiny pine trees, and miniature deer figurines. Seal with burlap lids and tie with twine for a rustic touch. Place them on a windowsill or shelf, where they catch the winter light, creating a whimsical, nostalgic glow. The jar's simplicity and handmade feel evoke childhood winters spent crafting with family. Add a few sprigs of holly for color. The soft sparkle of faux snow and the delicate figurines make your space feel like a cozy, magical cottage. These globes bring a playful yet heartfelt touch to your winter decor, perfect for sparking joy. Layer woolen rugs in muted tones like burgundy, sage, and cream over a hardwood floor. Choose rugs with subtle geometric or floral patterns for a grandmacore vibe. The overlapping textures create a warm, inviting foundation, like stepping into a cozy cottage. Add a rocking chair with a knitted cushion for extra charm. The rug's soft, worn feel evokes memories of family homes filled with love. Sprinkle pine needles or faux snow for a wintry touch. This setup transforms your space into a snug retreat, perfect for winter evenings spent by the fire, wrapped in nostalgia and warmth. That's all the ideas for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more ideas like this.